Listen closely, because this is one of those truths that once you see it, you cannot unsee it again. Most men believe attraction is loud. They think it shows up as flirting, compliments, teasing, or obvious signals, and because of that belief, they miss something far more important, something quieter, something deeper, something that younger women only show when they are genuinely drawn to an older man and hoping he notices before the moment fades. This is not about chasing. It is not about her making the first move. And it is definitely not about desperation or attention-seeking behavior. In fact, the strongest signal of attraction younger women give is the one almost every older man misreads or ignores entirely. And here is why this matters. There are moments in your life when a connection could have become something real, something meaningful, something powerful. But it never happened. Not because she was unavailable, not because she was out of your league, and not because the timing was wrong. It slipped away because you did not recognize what she was quietly offering. You told yourself she was just being friendly. You assumed she was only polite. You convinced yourself she could not possibly be interested. And while you were busy doubting your own value, she was watching you closely, deciding whether you were the man she felt drawn to or just another man who did not recognize the moment when it arrived. Younger women do not communicate attraction the way you expect. They operate on a different frequency. And if you do not understand that frequency, you will continue misreading interest as kindness and opportunities as coincidence. What I am about to explain will either wake you up or finally explain why so many connections never went anywhere. Stay with me. Because once this clicks, your entire understanding of attraction will change. Presence is the first signal of attraction. When a younger woman is genuinely interested in an older man, she rarely shows it through obvious behavior. She does not announce it. She does not exaggerate it. She does not perform attraction the way many men expect. Instead, she becomes present. This presence is not accidental. It is not politeness. And it is not boredom. In a world where younger women are constantly overstimulated, scrolling, multitasking, and half listening, presence is the most valuable thing she can offer. When she gives you her full attention, she is giving you access to her emotional space. Around a man who carries maturity, calm, and emotional control, her nervous system begins to slow down. She listens more closely. She stops checking her phone. She stays engaged in the moment instead of drifting mentally. This is not because you are entertaining her. It is because your presence changes how she feels inside. She feels calmer, more grounded, more settled. That feeling is rare. Men her own age often feel restless, reactive, inconsistent, or unsure of themselves. So when she encounters a man who is steady, who speaks with intention, and who does not rush or perform, her body responds before her mind does. This is why presence is the first sign of attraction. She is no longer just talking to you, she is observing you, your tone, your pauses, your reactions, your silence. She is asking herself one simple question. Do I feel calm with this man, or do I feel unsettled? When she is interested, she adjusts to your rhythm. If you speak calmly, she slows down. If you hold eye contact without force, she meets it. If you remain composed, she mirrors that composure. Older men often misread this and dismiss it as friendliness, but younger women do not give this level of attention casually. When she becomes present with you, she is offering an opening. Presence is her way of saying, without words, I am open. And if you miss it, the moment quietly passes. Mirroring reveals whether your stability is real. Once a younger woman feels drawn to an older man, she begins doing something subtle but incredibly important. She mirrors him. This mirroring is not manipulation. It is instinct. It is her subconscious way of testing whether your calm, confidence, and stability are genuine or just surface level. Anyone can appear confident for a short conversation, but masculine stability is not an act. It is a rhythm. And she pays close attention to that rhythm. She mirrors how you speak, how you sit, how you hold eye contact, and how you respond to pressure. When she slows her voice, She is testing whether your calm is natural or forced. When she maintains eye contact, she is checking whether your gaze is steady or restless. When she leans in emotionally, she is watching to see if you remain grounded or pull away. Younger women are highly sensitive to emotional inconsistency because they have experienced it repeatedly. They recognize insecurity quickly, they feel instability before it is ever spoken. If you are truly grounded, her body relaxes, her shoulders soften, her energy becomes warmer. If you are unsure, defensive, or seeking validation, her body tightens and she slowly pulls back. This is why her presence and mirroring are the most honest signals she will ever give. She is not listening only to your words, she is feeling your emotional state. Mirroring is her way of asking, "Can I trust this man's direction?" Women respond to leadership, not control. Direction, not force. She wants to know if your steadiness holds over time or collapses under closeness. Most men misunderstand mirroring and assume she is just agreeable or polite. In reality, she is evaluating the emotional environment you create. If mirroring you makes her feel calmer and more open, she invests more. If it creates tension or uncertainty, she withdraws quietly. Her attraction is not about age, it is about emotional consistency. Hesitation is where attraction quietly dies. When a younger woman becomes consistently attentive to an older man, she is doing something very specific. She is creating space. She offers time, emotional openness, and availability. These are not given freely, and they are not unlimited. This space exists with an unspoken expectation that the man will eventually step forward with clarity. Younger women are not attracted to older men because of years lived. They are drawn to the decisiveness older men are expected to have developed. When a man hesitates too long, overthinks, or tiptoes around his own desire, something shifts inside her. Not because she lost interest, but because she lost trust in his ability to lead. Hesitation communicates self-doubt, and when a man doubts his own value, a woman cannot trust his direction. From a psychological standpoint, uncertainty triggers self-protection in a woman's nervous system. She closes emotionally, even if she remains polite. Many men believe they are being respectful by waiting. In reality, they are creating confusion. Decisiveness does not mean rushing. It means clarity. It means expressing intention calmly and confidently when the moment is open. When you do that, her body relaxes. Her attraction deepens. When you hesitate, she interprets it as instability. She does not wait forever. Her attention was the first door. Your action determines whether it stays open. If you recognize her presence, respect her mirroring, and respond with grounded clarity, attraction grows naturally. If you hesitate, the moment fades quietly, and she moves on without explanation. And that is how most connections are lost. Not loudly, not dramatically, but silently.